I am back. So today's video we are going to go over some of the books that I have used this year. I know I have also borrowed some books from my coworkers, so I also honestly find that working with my students that with teaching ASL, I honestly find that you just don't end up using as many books, and plus I also find that I have wanted to invest more in books that focus more on people who are represent people who are hard of hearing or either who are deaf. And so I find that is something that I have wanted to do. But today we're just going to focus on the books that I used this year because I did not have as many books as I would have liked that focused on people who were deaf or hard of hearing. And so here we go. First, I used Happy Halloween, and these are not in any particular order. These are just all the books that I've used. And then I also have another one that I already have packed away and would rather not get out, but I will explain what it is. So this is Happy Halloween, Charlie Brown, and so I used this. I did a Halloween themed lesson, and so I did this one for that. And this one was actually kind of cool because I did get it off Amazon, and it came with stickers in the back, so I even was able to let each kid have a sticker, which was kind of fun for them. And I found that actually this was a really fun lesson to teach because of the fact that they also got to learn different Halloween signs like vampire and that, and so they actually were a lot more into the lesson, whereas I've done some lessons that they're just not into, which I mean that's normal no matter what you teach. But that is the first book. And then I also did Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and I like that this one kind of has a little bit of this one is not it talks about the programs, but it for the most part is more about just being together as a family, and you can kind of relate it to school as well, because if you follow conscious discipline or some other sort of theme, you can other sort of not blah. Conscious discipline is not a theme. I don't know why I said that, but if you follow that aspect of school family, then this kind of touches on that, where it's important to get together as a group or a family rather than to it be all about the food or it be all about the gifts or whatever. Not that you get gifts at Thanksgiving. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you do. So, so I also just really love, I mean, as you can tell, I love the peanuts. I even have I have the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, which I did not use. But then for colors, I did Bear Sees Colors. This was a really cool book that I found when looking for a book to learn colors. I like that this one fits very well with the theme of learning from nature, and so it focuses more on the bear just waking up from hibernation, and he is trying to just kind of goes through the book with Bear Sees Colors, and it's he get together with all of his friends, and I mean, even the first chapter just says Mouse and Bear are walking, they are chitter chatter talking, so much for them to do, and the bear sees blue. So I love how it kind of focuses more on that nature aspect rather than it being more such as Pete the cat is more focuses on his shoes and stepping in mud, and how now his shoes are brown, and I mean, I don't know if you've ever read Pete the Cat, but I just like that this one focuses more on the nature aspect, which is a huge part of my work and how the school runs. So that is one thing I liked. And I wasn't going to show these, but I also have these bear counter, these 3 bear family counters. You can get them in different sizes and for different ages, but I also found that like it was kind of cool to have like this be the combination of like Bear Sees colors, but then it's also bears in different colors. So then for when I taught emotions in sign language, I did a little spot of feelings, and so this talks about just like how to handle feelings and like coping mechanisms. And then I got the one that where it comes with the little plushies. So I accidentally somehow, there was a whole situation where I ended up getting 2 boxes. So I have some plushies that are actually out and about, but there are the different plushies, and there's one for each different emotion, and then there's one for the main character, Scribble. And then this one is actually by a girl that I know, Jessica Parham, and it's called Baking Up a Storm. And so I did like a bacon theme, and we read this book on Baking Up a Storm. And what's even cooler is that the main character, Tate, has a disability, and so I love that he like is represented. And so it makes like kids who like might have this disability, or even adults, like actually feel like they are being included, and it's just all about that inclusion aspect. And I definitely highly recommend checking her books out. She has another one called my brain. It's called Good to Be Me. This one I have not used yet. I have just not been able to figure out how to like tie it into a sign language lesson, and I really wanted to, because I just honestly, like, if I had to pick my favorite, this would be my favorite one. But I just love the characters in this book, and I just really love just how it explains like how skin colors are unique, and just no matter what the color, we should all feel blessed. Like, I love just, this is by far my favorite of her books, but I just have not figured out how to like connect it, or like, you know, make it so that it's like the sign language is included. And so, but maybe I'll get to use it like next year if I have my own class or something. But I also think this book will be great considering I want to be a counselor. And then another book I use, and this is actually the last book, is The Deaf Musicians. And this one, I love this book. I used it once, and then I let the music teacher borrow it too, because it's The Deaf Musicians. And so this book, honestly, I'll probably end up using it one more time. This is a book I would highly recommend, because it's really cool how like the character loses his hearing and he can't hear music anymore, and he plays music. And so he goes to a school for the deaf, and he learns how to be able to play music even though he can't hear. And so he learns that, like, you know, he learns about vibrations, and how like people who are deaf actually, you know, can still like love music because they actually like feel the vibrations, and, you know, can pick up on all those different things that like you wouldn't normally, if you're not deaf, you don't necessarily think about. So those are the books that I used. And I used one more. I did not think about this. Another one I used is Yoga Animals in the Forest. They learn about woodland animals at my school, and so I did this one because I wanted, I did not know these were in the book, but they learn about woodland animals, and so we read this book as a way for them to like not only like learn about animals, but I also felt like with the particular class that learned the woodland animals, it's great for their age because they're first and second graders, and I feel like that age is an age where they're just like all over the place, and so you really like it. Really like yoga books are great for kids. So, and I even tried to like get involved with them and do it with them if I could, and so it was really fun. But I definitely I really wanted to like show the books that I used and just really kind of give you ideas. I like probably would try to do some different books next year if I were to teach sign language. I don't think we're gonna do it, which is we're gonna like do it more in circle, which kind of bums me out. But I mean, I can understand that like it's hard. Like personally, I did feel like it was hard at first to learn how to do like only 30 minutes for each class of sign language, but I still would definitely do it again if I like were to go somewhere else. I actually have interest in maybe working as a counselor with people who are specifically hard of hearing and deaf, because I just love sign language that much. And so that is everything that I wanted to show you in this video. And let me know in the comments below, have you heard of any of these books? What books are your favorites that maybe you use if you're a mom or a parent? What books do you love? Or like if you have a niece or nephew, like what book do they really love? Or even if you're a teacher. So I would love to hear, because I always love learning about new children's books, and honestly I always have tried to like invest in books as I go or ask for them for my birthday or Christmas, because honestly I think they're great, and I always feel like I can find ones that are just so awesome, and I'm always learning about new ones that are like by local authors or smaller authors that you wouldn't think of. So I'm also going to include Jessica Parham website below, and I will also include all the books below so that you can find them. The Yoga Animals one, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find a link for, because that one is one that I was able to get in like a party, but I will see if I can find a link for it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!